Hi everyone, Lisa here for the Graphics Fairy. I am finally starting my Christmas gift wrapping today, and it's a beautiful day. It snowed yesterday and the ice is coating all of the branches of the trees as I look out my studio window and I have Christmas music on and I'm just ready to tackle this finally. Thought I would jump on here and share with you how to make these vintage postcard tags that I'm using on my packages, and I'm going to show you two ways to attach them, and I'm also going to share my little box of tips and tricks that I've been collecting over the years for embellishing your packages to make beautiful gift wrapping. So let's get started. First, let's start with the tags. So on both of the sites, if you are not aware, we have two sites at the Graphics Fairy. The free blog, which Karen started years ago, which is the graphicsfairy.com, and all of the images on there are free for you to use. Then we also have the premium membership site, which Karen and Emily started a few years ago, and you can join. There is a monthly membership available and an annual membership available. And every week they put out a new kit with all kinds of files that you can use in your projects. So the project that we're working on today, I have given you options from both sites. So whether you're a member or not, you can still make these tags and wrap your gifts. So first of all, I went to the blog and there were a bunch of these vintage postcards on there, and I printed out a bunch to show you. This one is a beautiful angel. I love that image. And here is also a little girl with Christmas trees and a Madonna and child. It's just beautiful. And here is Santa and his sleigh. And here is a beautiful Santa and a little girl. And this is a free printable from the blog. So this whole sheet comes available. You can just download it and print it off and use these tags for your projects. And then here are some. These are from the membership site. This is from the new Scandinavian Christmas bundle. And I love this little elf riding a reindeer. How cute is that? And this beautiful old-fashioned Santa that we're going to be working with today. So just print out some images, and I love the fact that you can size them up or down, and I have done that. I've made some smaller and some larger. So if you're wrapping a little, let's say a little jewelry box, you can scale the image down so that it will fit the particular box that you are wrapping. And I like to just print out a bunch of these and have them ready to go before I start my gift wrapping. So today, I thought I would work with this Santa, which I love. And I've just printed this out on some regular copy paper. You could also print it on some lightweight cardstock if your printer is sturdy enough to handle that. Or you can just print it out on copy paper and glue it to some cardstock. Either way will work. The copy paper will work fine, but if you want it to be a little sturdier and you can reuse it, then you can put it on some cardstock. So today I thought I would just show you how to do it with regular copy paper. And I have here some German glass glitter. And I bought this years and years ago. If you buy a batch of it, it will last for a long time and you can use it for all of your craft projects. This one is a really pretty kind of a Tiffany blue color that I love. And here is, this is kind of the traditional silver. And it's made from ground glass, and it will get a patina over time. It will darken from year to year and look like really, really beautiful old glitter. And here is a really pretty gold, which is so pretty too. So I would recommend investing in this. I mean, if you do crafts, this is something that will come in handy in so many projects. So I thought I would use the blue on this Santa because there is a little touch of blue in this, and I think it's a nice contrast to the red. And all I'm going to do to apply it is use a brush, and I have just some glue in a little dish. And all I'm using today is this clear Elmer's glue. You can use pretty much any glue though. I've also used Mod Podge and, any kind of glue that you like to work with. I think everyone has their preference. So just load some glue on your brush and then clean your brush off a little on the side. And then what I learned was I kind of like a very delicate line of glitter around the edge of my image, kind of like this. It's easy for it to get kind of blobby, which you might like in a certain instance, in which case you can just apply the glue that way. But I kind of like the delicate edge, so I thought I'd show you how I achieve that today. I just use the side of the brush. So take the brush and run it down the edge of the image like this, rather than the tip of the brush, which will get a lot on the front of the image. And then instead of just dipping the image in glitter, which is what I normally might do, I use a spoon and I just gently shake it over the glued edge so that you get a more delicate line like this. Now you may end up with gaps like I have here, in which case I would just go back and touch it up. No big deal. Let's see, because that will happen from time to time. And then just glitter it again. Tap it off, and you can even kind of adjust it a little with your finger if you need to. Depends how fussy you are. I'm not very fussy. So, all right, so let's just go ahead and finish this one up. And then I'm going to show you two really cool ways to attach it to your packages. And it's super easy to do. See how quick that is? Especially once you have all of your stuff out, your elements, then it's really quick to just do a bunch of these, a big batch, before you start gift wrapping. Okay. Fix this while I'm at it. You see, look at that big blob, right? There, that's fixed. Okay, so now I'm going to show you two ways that you can attach it to your packages. So one way is the way I have done it here. And what I've done is used you can use either double stick tape, or here I've used these little mounting squares, which I like because it gives it a little dimension. It has it pop up a little bit from the package, and you just peel off the sides here and affix it to the back. And then I have a package here ready to go. And you can either orient your ribbon horizontal or vertically, and I usually decide depending on the image. So in this case, I want some ribbon to show, and this is a vertical image, so I've applied the ribbon horizontally like this. Okay, so you can fix that up and just press it down, and there is your package. Now all I've done with the ribbon, and I'm a bit of a ribbon hoarder. I love these really thin holiday ribbons. All I've done is wrapped it around the package and secured it underneath with some tape. You could also tie it, but I prefer just to use some packing tape on there and then put your image on top. And here are some of my favorites that I have collected. I love some baker's twine And all of these I just got at one of the big box craft stores. I have a whole assortment to choose from, and it's really fun to wrap the packages with all the ribbons. I've really decided that from now on, I'm just going to buy craft paper and white paper. You know, I'm storing this big tub of Christmas gift wrap, which a lot of it isn't recyclable. If it has kind of a metallic ink used in it, it's not recyclable. And you're storing a big tub of gift wrap when you can just have 2 rolls that you can use for literally any holiday, any occasion, and add the beautiful embellishments. And I think it allows the embellishments to really shine when you're using the very simple paper. So that's what I just decided I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of that giant tub that I store for 11 months down in my basement and just go with the craft paper or the white paper from now on. So let me show you some of my favorite embellishments for these packages. I have one here that I have attached a different way. This one, I punched a hole in the top and the bottom, and I threaded through 2 strings of baker's twine, and just, you can either tape or tie them on the bottom. And I love this little elf. It's so cute. And this is just a roll of paper that I already had. And then I'm going to show you some of my favorite embellishments. I thought this one would look really cute with these vintage bells, which I bought a package of years ago at one of the big box craft stores. And I thought this would be cute to add with the little elf. And my best #1 tip for any Christmas decorating at all is just this floral wire that you can buy for $1.69, and it will last you forever. I use it for big, pretty bows for my wreaths and my garland. I use it for gift wrapping. I use it for absolutely everything. And I just cut a piece. This is probably 6 inches long, and just thread it through the end of the bell and twist it. And then I'm just going to put that through the little hole where the hole punch was at the top and the bottom. And it's such a cute little embellishment. If you have really little kids, you want to be careful of that. It could be a choking hazard, but for older kids or adults, I think that's really cute. And it adds a little jingle to the package as well. So the bells are tip #1. The other really, really favorite tip is anything real from your garden. So I'm lucky enough to have this really pretty holly tree in my yard. So any kind of evergreen that you have in your yard, even those, those foundation planting shrubs, anything like that that's evergreen, clip some of that. It makes the most beautiful gift wrap additions. And here is this guy, which I added some real holly to. And all you need are a pair of garden clippers. Just cut a piece off and shove it under the ribbon. And that makes the most beautiful gift wrap of all, I think, when you have these natural elements. If you don't have those in your yard, you can definitely use faux. And this is an old beat up garland that I have from years ago. Don't throw anything like this away, because these are generally, you can just rip out a piece and shove it under your ribbon for a really pretty embellishment. So I always hang on to those. The other item that I like to use are floral picks, which you can buy in the craft store. This one's tangled, but they're usually kind of individual little picks. This one is kind of a felt flower, and you can just cut one of those off and add it to your package. So take that guy out and add that. And then I have always a bag of little berries. These are also picks that you can buy in the craft store. And I'll just rip a few off and glue those down with the little green floral. So next, I like to use some flocked pine cones, and you can buy these already flocked, or you can go out and find some pine cones and you can flock them. You can buy this flocking at the craft store. You just apply it with some glue, and then you can just stick the pine cone under your ribbon and add a pine cone to your package. And that looks really pretty when you add some greens. Here is just like a little sprig that I pulled off of a garland, and you can just glue or tuck that underneath to create a really pretty little package, kind of like that. And then we have some garland. This is some pretty sparkly garland that you could use in place of the ribbon, and then attach your tag to that. And I also love these little mini pine cones that I can find on my walks. And I like to just glue these down. So I would normally just stick a little piece of real or faux garland underneath, and then with my hot glue gun, glue a couple of these on there. You could see how pretty that is. Gorgeous. All right, and then last tip. These are some little small ornaments, and these are vintage, but you can also use new if you don't have any vintage ornaments. And the same way I do the other elements, I just slide a piece of floral wire through those, twist it, and then stick it under the ribbon. And just put a little piece of garland under there. And that's really pretty too. Here's another package that I wrapped with one of the tags. This one is this beautiful angel, and all I did was punch a hole in the corner here and thread through some of this gold glittery ribbon that I have and tie the ribbon around the bow. And I kind of like the way it looks. It's kind of layered and pretty, and I like that look. And so that's another pretty easy embellishment that you can add. So I hope that you guys like this and you try it out. Let me know what you think. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments below and I'll answer them for you. I wish you a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from myself and everyone here at the Graphics Fairy. We appreciate so much all of the support that you give us throughout the year. It really means so much to us, and we hope that you have a wonderful holiday, and thanks so much for watching. Give the video a like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you want a notification whenever we post a new video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.